Hello, and welcome to the Sovereign Business Accelerator Open House Day 4, where we're going to be talking about infusing social impact models into your business at any level, right? It doesn't matter how much money you're making. In fact, it might even be easier to make money when you infuse social impact models in your business. And we're going to be diving into other aspects of like money beliefs and like blockages that we have around that. So welcome. Take a couple of breaths, shake your body out. I'm just going to introduce myself. We're going to talk about, again, social impact models, why they're important in your business, how you can infuse them regardless of how much money you're making. And we're talking about intimacy and money blocks. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Isabela. I'm a trauma psychologist, certified somatic practitioner, and energy witch. I help revolutionary entrepreneurs and witchy healers build ethical, human-centered businesses from the inside out, i.e., businesses that support their brain, their body, and their bank account. So let me share my screen so that you can see my fancy slides that I made. There we go. All right. Present. And if you're here live, please say hello. If you're watching on the replay, obviously #replay. And again, like I'll come back because I can't see Facebook comments right now. So I'll definitely come back and respond to any comments or questions that you make. Okay. All right, let's get into it. So this is just what we're outlining today, just so that you know. So what social impact models are. So social impact models are just about connecting your business to the bigger collective goals of equity and inclusion, right? So we want our businesses to support us, but we also want our businesses to support maybe our surrounding community or a particular cause, right? And it's, infusing social impact models is also a way of, you put this in place in your business as a way, for people to pay you that feels equitable, and it helps you fund projects that feel really good to you. And it is a way to balance profitability with equitability and accessibility. So this is sort of a trick to make you feel good about making money and doing it with zero guilt, because you know that the more money you make, the more you can fund things that matter to you, or fund projects, or volunteer your time. So why we have social impact models, why this is important. Obviously, we are, I don't know how last year was for you, but it was a pretty intense year for me. And, a lot of people have had an intensification of mental health issues, chronic health issues, physical issues. And healing is like essential. Healing is essential. And it is often sold as a luxury, or, when you are seeing a therapist, for example, like therapists are really burnt out. They are providing services at a rate that is burning them absolutely to the ground, because they are working within a really fractured mental health system and insurance system. So healing is not a luxury. We want to also, we want to spread the healing in different ways. And we want to practice redistributive justice, right? Reparations, right? For making up, for example, for the trauma of post-slavery economic marginalization. And it's also, we want to change the culture of business, change it from this like individual CEO at the top into a more collective vision of business that isn't only about, right, circular leadership, but also like, yeah, it's not just like I'm in business for me and I make the profits and this is great and I can buy a house and I can do all these things and I can, send my kids to wonderful schools. But no, it is really about nurturing and nourishing community. So, right, if you're watching this, you know this already, right? You're not in business just for yourself. You care about the bigger vision. You care about the bigger collective goal. So we often think falsely, we often think that we have to make a lot of money in order to be able to implement social impact models in your business, but that's not true. Or we think that, we're already donating money to a particular cause and we're not charging enough for our services, and then we're not making it sustainable, i.e. we're giving out before we're paying ourselves first. So that's why it is so important to increase your rates and let people know, right? Sometimes it's easier, right? I think I might have mentioned this before, but sometimes it's easier to ask for money or like invite people. You're not asking for money, you're inviting people to get an experience. But maybe it feels less to you if you know that that money is going to a particular investment. And people are often more likely to buy when they know that your business is run in this way. They feel really good. In addition to getting what they need and getting their problems solved, they also feel really good knowing that part of their investment is going to a cause that is exciting to them. So you want to have a range of services from free to high ticket. High ticket, we'll get into that in a second. It doesn't need to be like super high, like a lot of coaching. In coaching, you've seen like rates go up astronomically. I'm not talking about that. We're going to get into that later. And we worry about high ticket because like, oh, not everybody can afford it. But first I want to talk about, before we get into that, I want to talk about money and trauma. So we have a lot of stories about money, obviously, right? Money doesn't grow on trees, i.e. you have to work hard for it. You can't have everything you want because there isn't enough money. Money is the root of all evil. It is wrong to want it. People who have money have come by it through greedish, selfish, and corrupt ways. So you can't be that person, i.e. you decide to like dissociate or disassociate yourself from money because you don't want to be greedy, selfish, or corrupt. Or conversely, like you have people who grow up with the belief money is the basis for security and power. So without it, you are unsafe and powerless. And obviously we grow up just, our whole money system is based on scarcity, right? There's only so much to go around. So it's a finite resource. So let me see something. Okay. That's interesting. It looks like I'm missing a whole bunch of slides here, but that's fine. We'll just stay here. So a lot of the experiences that we have around our relationship with money, because everything is about relationships. We believe, like we love it and we want it, right? Sometimes we have that experience of like, oh, I want money, I want it, but you're not fully recognizing that it's here, like abundance is here right now. And there's all different types of abundance, and there's all different types of wealth as well. Or you don't give yourself permission to want it. I can't love it and I can't want it, or it's not for me. Other people make money, but I can't have it. Or people have concerns that if I have too much of it, I will lose my friends. People will treat me differently, or I'll have to take care of other people, maybe a sick relative or a parent, or I reject money, I neglect money, I can't receive it, I'm not worthy of receiving it, I'm not deserving of receiving it. If I have it, I will betray my family or separate from my family, right? Because of class differences, for example. If I have it, I will lose my friends. People will think that I am selfish, greedy, hoity-toity, uppity, whatever the language is for you. If I have a lot of it, people will try to use me. Money is my protector. Money is my savior. Money is my jailer. And I just want you to hear these and feel how they're landing in your body, what resonates. And what I want you to know is that money itself is not the problem. Money is, of course, it's a construct. It is like a tangible thing, yes, and it's energy. And money has been corrupted, right? Money is a neutral resource. Money doesn't care if you're an asshole or not, right? What you do with it is what matters. And not having money or pushing money away or deciding that not having it makes you a better person is not really serving you, nor is it serving humanity, nor is it serving your community. Because money in the hands of deeply caring and creative people does make the world a better place. Like, I see way too many people who are so full of creativity and ideas of how to make the world a better place. They are social justice activists, but they don't have the resources to do it. And partly it's because, right, like circumstances are shitty, like there is inequality. And part of the reason is because their relationship with money is not well, and they're not letting themselves have it and enjoy it and use it and do creative things with it. Like money is like a fountain of creative resource. So ultimately, like not having it doesn't make you a better person. It's just not empowering. And like what I was saying before that I want to get into a little bit more detail is the coaching industry has really like blown out the prices of things. We've seen like this whole like super high ticket. And then when you get into the container, like there's under delivery, right? There's no real value. A lot of it is glitter marketing, seduction marketing without the service and delivery of real goods behind on the other side of the paywall, right? So that's why in order to sell and promote and talk about and offer, right, what you're offering, it's so important to get behind it 150%, energetically, your values, your conviction, your confidence that what you're doing is not only good for the person who's going to purchase, but for a whole group of people, right? So that sometimes makes it safer, like I said, for you to receive, knowing that it's not just for you, it's really going to nourish more people. So, and let me just be in the absolute reality that by charging more, you may exclude some people, right? Like it is inevitable that we will exclude some people. That is just a reality. You cannot serve everyone. You cannot save everyone. And at the same time, you're not necessarily excluding people, because what you can do is structure your business so that you have a range of offers. For example, you have free content that people can get into. This can be a Facebook group such as this one, right? It can be, you can deliver content through TikTok or IG Lives, or even posting is valuable free content. You can offer free events, right? That give people like enough meat. And maybe it's like giving it all away. Like maybe you just, because people need to hear things lots of times, like you can be really generous about what you give away. And you can have something that's then, right, you go from zero cost to low cost. Maybe you have an online community that is maybe you charge, I don't know, $30 to $40 a month, and you show up in that space several times a month. That is also like a super accessible way for you to get access, or for people to get access to you, rather. I had a paid online community. I absolutely loved it. I wish more people had been in there. It wasn't sustainable that way, but the people that were in there were like, it was just an awesome space. You can also have as a low low-cost offer, you can have a one-off, one-on-one. So people can, right, have a session with you. It is one-off, one time, and they have an experience, right? And then you can direct them to the next thing, right? Then you can have like a medium level offer. For example, like the Sovereign Business Accelerator, something that is 3 months to 6 months. Maybe it's a 6-week container. Maybe it's, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever, right? You decide that, but just a group program where people can still have your best work at a lower cost because it's a group program. And then you have your high ticket. That is your one-on-one. That can be 6 months to 12 months. Maybe that is a certification training. Maybe that is, like a deep dive into the work. Very intimate, very personal, very tailored to the clients. Okay. One thing that I love to do is, that I'm doing for Sovereign, is pricing tiers. I think pricing group programs for accessibility is so much fun. I have the standard price, which is a regular price, and then you have descriptors, right? So that people can self-select into the tier that they belong to by really describing it. Then you have your ally rate, and the ally is like a third higher than your standard rate, and the ally rate funds the community rate. So if you get 3 people signing up for your ally rate, then you can offer 3 community spots, right? So it's like you're not losing money. People who believe in your stuff can pay that higher rate, and you can offer your services, your group program, at a scholarship price. And with the self-selecting scholarships, people don't have to go through another step of having to fill out an application, having to do all that. It's self-selecting, it's honor system, right? You are respecting people's sovereignty and assuming that they're respecting yours. So I feel like that is just really lovely. And then I have the 3 pricing tiers, and then I have a payment plan for each one. So 3 different payment plans for each pricing tier. So it's kind of a no-brainer. People are really clear. It's like people can sort of check their bank accounts and figure out what is it that I can pay, and they can check, they can select whatever pricing tier and payment plan that they want. So yeah, I really like that, because it's that feels really, really good to me. That is totally in alignment. That makes me really happy. I'm really excited to know that a lot of people are going to be able to afford the SBA, and that I don't have to I don't have anything turning around in my brain that this is it's too much money, right? It's enough money for me. I'm supporting myself, and I'm offering it at a price point that is just a no-brainer. I feel really good about it. So the more money you make, again, the more you can offer scholarships, the more you can, when you're abundant, you can offer things, right? There's just so much to go around. And, you can, when it comes to maybe donating a percentage of profit to a specific cause, or maybe it's a fixed amount, doesn't matter. You do you, boo. But it's you can do it any way that you want. I used to have part of my profit from my online community used to go to the local BLM chapter, and now fixed amounts go to liberation-based education for Black and Latina youth in New Haven. And it can be as low as $50 a month. It doesn't need to be high, but it's just about taking that first step and just making those moves now, and then scaling it, right? When you make more, and then you increase the price, and you may, okay, well, it's $100, or it's $200, or it's $400, right? And that is just you are just feeding your community. So, and it can be maybe it's not even money that you donate, if you don't want it to be money, or if the person receiving it, it's not really money that they want. Maybe you create enough time freedom to be able to offer your services, your time, to a particular project. It can be something as simple as, teaching a class at your kid's school, or volunteering at a local hospital. yeah, or going to, let's say, going to run a group at a local jail, like a women's prison or something like that. So, you want to be thinking about like, how can I take this sort of and like open it up to a more community-based, a collective goals. One of my mentors, who is she's really amazing, Leah Ardent. She talked about like part of her collective vision is like funding, like she lives abroad. She's American living abroad. And part of her collective vision in her business is funding like local businesses that, just make money off local people, but she is funding them. She's like, okay, she went to a tailor and said, make me five of these dresses. And so they made her 5 dresses, and she paid them double or triple what somebody locally would have paid them, right? So just doing little things like that and really supporting small businesses. So that is the end of today's presentation. Today's was a little shorter because I had already touched upon some of these things earlier, but I really wanted to focus on some of the ways that we feel contracted, that we feel like apologetic about saying like, I want money, I get to have money, I get to like be someone that is wealthy, that is well taken care of, that is satisfied, that is full, that is abundant. And of course, when I talk about building abundance in the body, I'm not just talking about money. Money is part of it, but time wealth, health wealth. There's so many different relational wealth. There's so many different types of wealth. Money is just one of them, right? So I want to thank you for being here live. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And I want to know, what was your big takeaway from today? What is something that you feel like you can sort of integrate into your business this month or next month or soon? I want to hear your questions and your comments and your feedback. I want to respond as soon as I get off of this. I will definitely respond. And yeah, thank you for being here. Tomorrow we have the Q&A. So if you are interested in the Sovereign Business Accelerator 6-month program, tomorrow we're going to get on a call. It's not going to be live streamed. It's going to be just a private Zoom call where we get to I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then you get to ask all your questions, and we clear up any misconceptions or doubts or anything like that. Okay? Mwah. Love you all. See you soon.